Good morning. I am heading out to go see a coworker. This girl used to work with me in my previous job, and I really liked her. So we kept in touch. So finally our schedules aligned and we're gonna go and see each other to catch up. I'm super excited for that. The weather is kind of cloudy today, so I'm not sure if I should be wearing waterproof clothes. Regardless, we rarely ever get a chance to walk around because of the way that our city layout is, so we're just literally car location. I'm meeting with her at 10, so I don't know how long we're gonna sit and chat and talk. I think I'm gonna take my hard drive and my laptop so I can go to a coffee shop and get some work done afterwards. The past 2 nights, I've had such a hard time sleeping. I keep feeling terrible about the fact that I can't have a cat because of my lifestyle, mostly like work schedule. And yeah, not been feeling the best. The girl wants a cat and she can't have cats, so it's been hard. But I wake up this morning, feel a little bit better, feel like a little bit more rested. Just the fact that today I don't have to work in my day job, like being able to wake up later throughout the day, it actually helps. So luckily today I didn't have to work, so I woke up at 9. So that was nice. Ooh, that's too much of a bronze. Yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna take you along and we're gonna go see my old coworker and let's have a day. I wanted to give you a little update. I met with my coworker. It was so nice to see her. It's almost a year since last time we met. It was so nice to catch up. We had a lot to talk about. We talked about maybe we could meet more frequently to work on our careers. Sometimes we need a little encouragement to work on the things that we're avoiding, especially when it comes to your work and your career path. There's always this fear that you want to study for the certification that can elevate your career path or apply for new jobs, and I've noticed that there's a lot of barrier. I personally have experienced that myself. The way that I have managed to go past that, it's kind of like back psychology in my brain and imagining that, you know, things could get better once I do this. It helps me to crack the wall of, oh my gosh, it's going to be hard, to the result, which is I finally got this job or I finally got this new position, and focusing on that positive energy. So it's a good time now for me as well to start working on the next career path. I have been wanting to study for a certification for project management, and I have talked about it, I'm pretty sure, over the span of times that you've spent with me. And I was studying before the whole Chinese class thing came. I didn't really realize that taking Chinese class was this time consuming with the exams and all the time practice, twice a week classes. So I really pushed my career goals and working on that. Now I finally made peace with self-studying for Chinese. I think I can change gear and start studying for my project management tests and get that out of the way so then I can have an opportunity. I don't think immediately I'll be able to find any job in that realm, but it's just so good to have it, just because when opportunity comes, you're already prepared, you have your ducks in a row and you can apply. and just see what things happens. There isn't currently any new position in my job for elevation, but it's a good time to invest in myself while there's no pressure and get that out of the way. So yeah. I am getting ready to go and meet Josh. He invited me to go with him to this event at a park. One of the members of his photo walk group invited him to this event. I'm not quite sure what it is. It looks like it's gonna be a craft art day. When I was reading the invitation, she mentioned that she will bring in some art supplies and also lemonade. So I'm not quite sure how the day is gonna go, but I'll take you along with me. I'm just gonna get ready really quickly and so we can head out. Something that I have noticed with my recent healing process with my old traumas is that I am more aware of a lot of deep-seated fears that I had. I think a lot of it is that fear of rejection and feeling that I might not be accepted. It definitely comes from a wound and a memory in my childhood, and I am so much more aware of it now than I was before. Also, I feel like our brain is so smart. It remembers the pain so much and remembers qualities about it or certain characteristics, so it pairs up with the new information. So for example, it remembers like some values in the person that hurt you, and when you find the similarities in a new environment, you might actually start to get triggers without even knowing. So I feel like with this new round of healing that I have done, I'm more aware of it, and it's really amazing to be able to get to this place where I'm not in a constant flow with emotions. I actually can sit back and look at it. So yeah. The other thing that I'm noticing, the crowd today, it's going to be mostly younger, in their 20s. And I'm having this flashback also whenever I'm meeting Josh's niece and nephews. I don't know what's happening. I feel like with younger kids in their early 20s or in their teens, they're kind of like in a trance. Please tell me if this is me reading too much into it, or maybe this is just incidental with a few people. But I feel like older people that they become, I see so much more overflow of their energy where, you know, you can connect with it a little bit more in a sensible way. When they're younger, I see a lot of like walls, you know, see a lot of like pushback, judging, kind of like, oh, are you safe? Or they're trying to kind of get your feel. And I don't see so much of it with older crowd. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's really more on the feeling side. I feel like when I'm meeting an older person, they're much more open most of the time. And that's definitely not for everyone. But yeah, most of the time, I feel like they're a little bit more open. With a younger crowd, it's a little bit of a work trying to get into a conversational flow with them. I'm usually very curious, but I hold back a lot asking questions because I don't want to trigger any memory for anyone. Just because I've had a lot of nosy people in my life that they kept like pushing so much, and I never wanted to be that person. So now I'm trying to find a balance of being able to create a safety for the person I'm talking to and ask the questions to engage with them, but also respect their privacy. Anyways, I am excited to go to this event, and yeah, let's get going. to tell you about tonight. But I'm glad that I got to spend the evening outside. There were a lot of bugs though, and luckily Josh was able to source out some bug spray. So after that, at least it didn't touch my body, but they were all over the food, so barely got to eat anything there. There was a girl that placed her food plate next to me, and the moment I turned back, I saw a lot of flies on the thing, and I'm like, how did they even get in? Like, it was insane, the amount of flies that were on her food. So everybody discarded all of the open plates, and yeah, I wanted to tell you also, everybody brought something, and afterwards people spread it out doing different crafts. Some made jewelry. The theme for it was lemonade, so I painted. Something made me realize this. I usually have such a hard time with starting things. I feel like I'm one of those people that I need to prepare for something. If I want to paint, it needs to be scheduled ahead of time on my calendar. I need to have all of my tools already prepped. Usually if I want to do something, it'll take about a week. Look at me, I finally have a gua sha and not using my fingers. I like touching my face with my fingers. I feel like there is a source of an energy in your hands that my face and my eyes actually likes, and it helps heal. I'm sure my hands are not as effective as gua sha with moving the lymphs, which I feel a lot of it in my ears nowadays. They're not moving much, and I really feel like gua sha helps to move that around. But what was I saying? I totally forgot, backtracking so much. Okay, I was talking about the art. So yes, when I'm making the art, it usually takes me a couple of days to have all of the items that I need prepped and do everything that is needed to have an evening of, art and crafts. And if I were to just go to a park and do acrylic paint, it would be a lot of thought process. And it didn't have to be. I just saw how simple it was, that, with bare minimum, like bunch of brushes and bunch of paints, you just, make art. And it doesn't have to be so much planning and scheduling. And I feel like that's maybe for my day job. I'm bringing all of that schedules, meetings, the mindset of prepping for things, being on the calendar. I really like having a corporate day job. I really do. I love the education that I had academically, because I really think that they helped me to make me a more responsible adult and gave me so much confidence in doing the things that was difficult. And I'm trying to say that I learned today that it would actually be good to not be so structured. Sometimes it's good to be able to let go and be spontaneous, just grab a bunch of paints and not to worry so much about what now. I feel like I need to always prepare a lot for things, and that slows down or prevents me from creating. Yeah, that was what I wanted to share with you tonight before I hit the bed. Thank you again so much for watching this long into the video. I appreciate you, and I wish nothing but the best for you. I will see you in my next video. Bye, good night.